So you watch tour players come in and compress the ball, release the club out in front. We see this picture all the time. You go to the range, you come down into the ball, you can demonstrate this. You can demonstrate forward shaft lean and releasing it out in front. But then you take a swing and the club still flips through. No matter how hard you try, it's still flipping through. We don't understand why. So why, when you understand how this is supposed to look, can we not execute it? Well, it's very simple. All we have to do is have a very basic understanding of how it's supposed to work, let's say at dry speed, and then you need to develop a sensation that's going to allow you to do it at full speed. Well, I've got a very simple, easy to execute drill that's going to show you how to do both of those. Now, I'm sure you've seen this before, but if you stick with me, I'm going to show you exactly a great sensation you can have with this extension drill that we're going to do. We're going to extend the club, and it's going to be a sensation that you can use to learn the actual move, and you can actually take it to the course. So what we're going to do, extend the club with an alignment stick. Now, how this is supposed to work, when we come up from the top of the swing, at some point this club is going to be parallel to the ground. Ideally, the hands are somewhere around the front leg here. Now, at this point, there's going to be some distance between the stick and the body. If we want to get forward shaft lean, we have to maintain that distance between the stick and the body as we rotate through. If I move the club head, that stick is going to whack me in the side. I'm going to lose that space immediately. So to maintain that space, I'm going to move my body instead of the club into the ball. So the club is being moved by my body. I am not moving the club. Big, big difference there. So I'm maintaining this distance between the stick and the body. Now, if I continue to maintain that distance between the stick and the body, the club never releases. Now, this is where most players goof this up. When you are practicing releasing it out in front, this is going to happen so fast, and if we are actually trying to release it, we're normally going to do it too early. Now, if you sense that you always maintain this distance between the stick and the body, the speed will automatically release the club out in front. So if we understand that, then we can execute the drill. So the drill is stab the wall. We're going to imagine there's a wall right off of our backside. We have the distance between the stick and the body. We have the end of the stick. So our brain knows where this is when we have this drill, which is why we use the extension. Now, if I take this wall, or the stick, and I maintain the distance between my stick and the body, and I stab this wall behind me, I'm going to execute what I'm trying to execute with a very simple thought. And then with the understanding that if I do this with speed, that club's going to release out in front. So the feel is we want to have the club, or we want to have the extension of the club stab the wall. So what we're going to do, starting off, is we're actually going to try to maintain that space between the stick and the body. So when I finish, I maintain it. Now, if I do the same exact thing faster, let me go ahead and do one a little bit faster, we're going to see that I'm going to maintain that distance between the stick and the body, but if I do it faster, that club's going to automatically release out in front. So again, in my mind, I maintain this distance, but because I had more speed, that club is going to release. So if we take the stab the wall feel, we can start learning how to release the club out in front. And for most players, this is a great feel that you can take out onto the course so you can start compressing shots on the course. So once you get pretty comfortable with the stick, go ahead and remove the stick and start hitting some easy shots and work into fuller shots. Now there we go. My sensation there was I maintained that distance between the stick and the body, and I stabbed the wall behind me. Now with the understanding, when I add speed, that releases out in front. Now that's just the first piece. That's how we get through impact. But now if we want to make sure we're getting to the right impact position, we need to make sure that we're also shallowing out the club correctly and starting to square it up so that we can come in and now stab the wall. Now, I have a great bonus video that's going to show you exactly how to do that. Head instructor and owner Clay Ballard has a video called the anti-roll method that I'm going to play a preview of at the end of this video. If you want to see that preview, stick around and watch that. If you want to see the whole video, click on the iCard that's popping up on the screen right now or the link in the description below. We'll see you soon.
Here's the bottom line. If you've been taught to roll the club in the early downswing, that causes the shaft to get steep. And that steep club causes all your problems. Causes you to hit it way behind the big hitters and way inconsistent with your quality of strikes. So you're in the tall grass and the trees and the hazards all day long. Now the great news is this. There's really only two pieces that you need to know to fix all these problems. The first one is we need to learn the proper way to square up the club face. Instead of rolling the forearms and getting steep, there's another way that the pros do this. Once you learn this right way to square up the club face, then you can shallow out from the inside and everything starts to fit together. Now I'm going to teach you this right now in what I call the anti-roll method. You may also hear this called the motorcycle move or the tour twist, but let's walk through exactly how to do that. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and go kind of in the last parallel in the downswing. So here, I want my hips to go ahead and be opening up. I want my club to be parallel with the ground, and I want my hands to be in front of my right thigh. Now, when I take my grip, you're going to notice that when I do this, the club face is basically straight up and down. So if I'm looking at it from this angle, you'll see the face is straight up and down, and my logo of my glove is pointed out in front of me. Now from there,